My name is Ashton Smith, and I will say my book is called Swimming Upstream to Realize the Dream. That book can be sold on Amazon, and it is also sold at Walmart. And so that is important for the audience and people to know that book is sold at those places. I started writing the book myself because I really wanted the public to have access to my story and it not be censored in any kind of way by the Special Olympics. That's the biggest reason I wrote the book, to try to give myself a voice about the issues that go on within the Special Olympics. That my book generally talks about the fact that as an athlete, I don't get paid. I'm not allowed to make money, not allowed to make money off of my image, likeness in any way through video footage or alike. And so I wanted better for my life. I think being able to take that and turn it into a book, that's extraordinary, right? That's extraordinary just simply because, you never think that could happen. A ghostwriter, of course, helped with the writing of that book. But other than that, because I'm a visually impaired person, and so, you can have a ghostwriter write your book. I think that's important because they're able to capture and tell the story in a proper and uniform way, because writing a book is different, of course, than writing other things, and it has to meet certain qualifications and things to make Amazon. I'm grateful for the book because it tells my story in detail. I also worked hard as a gold medalist for the Special Olympics. I got a silver in the World Games in Dubai and a bronze. I was disqualified from the 100-yard butterfly. I actually hurt my shoulder during that event. So, I've dealt with a lot physically, and that book talks about it. I've dealt with, homelessness. I've dealt with just a lot of things in my life while being an athlete in Special Olympics, because you're not allowed to make money in their program. You can go work at Walmart or something like that, but you can't work in an entertainment space. You can't make thousands of dollars a month. You can't be balling for a sense in their program, because then they start questioning you where you get your money from and things like that. And I just feel like it's not an organization's business. As long as my money is legal, it's not your business to ask me. Yeah, Special Olympics, man. When you go on trips with them, I'll be specific. You have a chaperone, or they have a chaperone, somebody that essentially monitors you everywhere you go, right? And sometimes they don't. And if they are there, sometimes they don't do anything if things go awry or what have you. There was a lot of things that were reported to people about different things and how I was mistreated and what have you in the program. And my book talks about that. I think in all seriousness, you take a little bit from life and you try and to make it better, but you try to tell the truth. And I think for me, I try to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I don't get paid. And when you put in work and you swim 10 hours a day, because you're not just swimming, you go there, and sometimes 6 hours, mainly I'll trim that to 6 hours. So I'll have that 3 hours where I work out in the water, and then I'll have come back and work out another 3 hours. And, that's a job still. I'm doing, you got me swimming. This is a workout, because I have to take a break, eat, refuel my body. That's another couple hours I have to rest and then come back and do that. I'm putting in time and work and effort, and Special Olympics didn't appreciate what I did and what I gave. They didn't care. It's not to be angry, or it's to say, this is what happened. And Swimming Upstream to Realize the Dream is a great title because it's a fake dream. You don't get paid. It's the fake Olympics. You're not allowed to get a sponsorship, and that's why nobody watches really the Special Olympics. It doesn't get the viewership of the real Olympics. It doesn't get the viewership of the Paralympics. There was nobody in the stands when I went to swim at the World Games, hardly. No. It was difficult. It was hard. You take a pause there because you're thinking and you're saying to yourself, how could this be? Everybody, the general public, Joe the public, those who donate, the NFL and its sponsors and others, they know nothing about it. We're used to make millions of dollars and we don't get help. They get government funding and backed by the federal government. We get no help. And so it's dishonest. The organization was honest 50 years ago. It was started in a backyard, right? It ballooned from that. It got bigger than that. And it's bigger than it ever has been. And they are too big for their own good. They don't take care of us. We are essentially there to make no money in our stories, to make the public go, oh, we care about you. And so the public donates thinking that that money goes to help us, and it doesn't. It goes to, like they say, pay for facilities. What happens after that? They make sure they're taken care of. They make sure their CEOs get $100,000, and you start following these salaries of what these people make. That's where the money goes. It doesn't go to help us. Period. We get no help. And I'm tired of swimming sometimes 6 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week with no money. I did other sports. So, yeah, I had to work out sometimes 10 hours a day because I had to turn around and get ready for track and field or flag football or basketball or bocce. I played over 5 different sports for them. They had me up at TCU, right? Dribbling the ball up and down the court. I'm not getting paid for that. I'm not getting paid. There's no money. What money do I get for going to TCU and playing a fake basketball game during halftime? We're animals out there so the audience can watch us during halftime. Okay. I don't want to be 60 and 70 years old running up and down a track. Special Olympics, you can participate till age 100, but why would I want to do that when America says I'm going to give you all that we have? Who do you want on your side, America or Special Olympics? I want America because America can give me a job. America can teach me how to feed myself. America can pay my bills. Special Olympics cannot pay my bills. America has the free market. I want to learn about that. You're not allowed to learn about these things in Special Olympics. You're allowed to be broke and destitute and homeless like I was. Look my story up on NBC5. That's not a joke. That's not a lie. I didn't make that up. Google me, Ashton Smith Special Olympics. I cried out to the Dallas Observer, cried out to the Dallas Morning News. Was featured in Swim magazine, and forever grateful for those people. I'm grateful for them featuring me on the cover of that because that's a great magazine. And they did a great job when they wrote it. Right? So I have no problem with that. But I have a problem with the Special Olympics using these people, these places, and all that, telling these people that they help me, and they don't. Telling these magazines, these publishers, or whatever it is that they use, their advertising bodies. I think, Texas Roadhouse or one of these steakhouses out here, they're a big sponsor of Special Olympics Texas, and it's sponsored. Amazon and others sponsor the Special Olympics without knowing that we're slaves. We don't get paid. I told Special Olympics to provide legal proof through the IRS that you pay me, and they cannot provide legal proof. So that's what I am allowed to talk about because they can't back up the fact that they pay me. I've never even won a prize money. Prize money. I told the Dallas Observer. I told them I've never won a dime, not even winnings. You know what? I get trophies that I have to sell to eat to pay my bills, and that's not okay. How would you like it to play sports for 20 years? I played in the Special Olympics since the 90s. The 90s in Ellis County, Waxahachie, right? Let's be real. I've had a lot happen to me in that program. I'm tired. And I know dealing with physical abuse, somebody talking about harming me. We're going to talk about what's current. And the most current was I'm no longer in the program because some of that I was not able to write in the book, at the end of the day, I was kicked out the program. And these folks acted like they never talked to me. And my book talks about also overcoming, right? So we get into the book, and the book talks about overcoming all of that stuff, right? I'm also disabled and visually impaired, and I'm having to overcome all of that while dealing with racism and other things. And I dealt with that in their program. That's why I'm gone, right? Because I stood up for myself. And I don't want to be exploited. My book talks about being exploited for money and for gain. I don't get money for anything that I do in Special Olympics, including public or motivational speaking. Let's keep it real. I did that too. They had me wearing many hats in their program, and I never got paid. That's unacceptable. To live in the greatest nation in the world and you don't get paid. That's a problem. I want money, not medals. Medals do not pay bills. You can sell medals to pay your bills, but they generally don't pay bills. I've had to sell merchandise like T-shirts and whatnot from Special Olympics and stuff that I won from World Games to sell to pay my bills. And the trophy that I have over here now is a doorstop to hold my door open. For real. Because I'm tired of being the doorstop of Special Olympics. I'm tired of being something they can just wipe their feet on. And I hope there's a day that an attorney hears my cry and takes my case. That's why I wrote that book, because that book is not lying. I don't get paid. And that is what this whole conversation, if you take from anything today, and we'll continue to talk about. You guys can find my book at Amazon and Walmart, so the public can find the book on those sites. You'll like it. There's a couple of reviews on there. If you do purchase the book, continue to write reviews about it. Great reviews. Swimming Upstream to Realize the Dream is my first book. As I get better at this thing, I hope to refine the book and get it into a hard body or hard cover. That's also my hopes for the book. I think that it'll be extraordinary to see it in that fashion. So I think everything that I do in my life will continue to move my life forward. And I'm thankful for the book and what it can provide. If I can get enough copies sold, then it'll do what it needs to do to pay my bills also. You guys, or you folks, can find me at Amazon, my book at Amazon, but social media, you can find me on Instagram under Golden ASHTON _US. You can also find me on YouTube, pretty much the same way. You'll see me there. And then you'll find me on Facebook under Golden ASHTON US. You'll find me the same on Instagram, Golden ASHTON. I believe Instagram is .us or something like that. You'll be able to find me there. And so these media platforms, it's something I'm using. You'll also be able to find me on LinkedIn. So for folks who, you can look me up on LinkedIn. It's easy to find me. I'm the swimmer, and all of those profiles have that distinction. It has my book cover so that when you click on it, you know that it's me. And it'll say Swimming Upstream to Realize the Dream. And then you know that you found me on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and all of those platforms and Instagram. So I'm really appreciative to all of those who follow me, and that'll help generate following for me as we continue to grow this podcast and get it beyond the borders of Texas and get it out to the masses and those who continue to listen. Thank you for stopping by. Keeping People Real TV today, Dallas, Fort Worth. Thank you.